and welcome to the AEW Dynamite review. We are the Dudley Boys of WhatCulture. I'm Adam Wilbourn, joined by Michael Hamflett and Michael Sidgwick, here to review everything that happened on last night's episode of AEW Dynamite. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. Where we do daily wrestling podcasts where we not only review AEW Dynamite, but also Raw, SmackDown, the show formerly known as NXT 2.0. Pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a roundup of the week complete with a bloody good quiz, of course, on WrestleCulture. As I said, they're joined by Hamflett and Sidgwick to review last night's Dynamite and the go-home show ahead of Grand Slam Fire.
Excellent. Excellent. This Dynamite was excellent. Great angle. Great matches. Not an unreal promo, so the Fable trifecta, I don't think, was totally achieved here. I'm going to be pretty positive throughout. I genuinely had a really, really, really good time watching the show, which was strong for all sorts of reasons. There's a caveat, though, and it's the foundations kind of undermine everything. This show was excellent. ... if you can overlook the rather important fact that some of it's pretty meaningless because of the structure and the narrative structure in place, which we'll get to. Like, you have to look past the fact that some of this is meaningless and it's not immensely rewarding to watch in the ways that the very best promotions or the very best runs of companies are. But we'll get to that with a certain match.
A lot of love for this show.
It was awesome.
I think, Sean Ross Sapp said it was one of the top 10 Dynamites ever.
I think I wish I'd made a list, man.
Yeah.
I'm not a big spreadsheet nerd to begin with. I really wish from day one, because that was what was so awesome about, like, I'll let you talk in a minute, sorry. That's what was so awesome about this thing, this AEW, this new major league arena scale wrestling outfit, and you get to watch it from day one. Kind of unprecedented, really. I wish I just kept that spreadsheet and given every Dynamite like a rating out of 10 and whatever, just so you could actually stack them up, because there's been loads. Probably ones that you've forgotten about, but I mean, this was sensational pro wrestling television, this.
Yeah.
Well, it was sensational wrestling on a television program. I think they've done better out and out TV, but different chat.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah. I really, really enjoyed the wrestling on this television show without necessarily enjoying the whole show. I think Sid just kind of like articulated that of why I wasn't necessarily doing like cartwheels for it, but knew that there was two things in particular I loved and I couldn't wait to get in and talk about. You know, when we are talking about something that people might not have caught up on yet, and we say, oh, there's like skip ahead 5 minutes so we don't spoil things. I feel like we could say the same about this Dynamite, but the thing we might be spoiling is people's positive moods, because I'm really excited to just like heap praise on this thing after we've done the first bit. Like I was like, it's like the worst tone setter, this, and yet this Dynamite in the aftermath of it, great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get into it. I thought it was a strong start to the show, and I don't mean Kenny or Swerve. I'm talking about Tony Schiavone's shoes. Looking good there. Looking smooth AF, actually.
He knows this is being tracked now, doesn't he?
Yeah. Shoe watch. And also, people can debate whether or not we influence wrestling. But what was it that you two were calling for yesterday, Sidge? Oh, yeah, that's right. The announcement of all-in tickets. And what did we get on last night's show? Anyway, we'll get to that. Tony's in the ring, brings out Kenny and Swerve. And Swerve says Omega was on top of his game 5 years ago, the god of pro wrestling. Everyone wanted to face him, including Swerve. It took him 2 years to get to the top of AEW, but then he gets there. Kenny's nowhere to be found. He's a false prophet who's either been in hospital or suspended. And in his absence, AEW needed someone to step up into that role. The congregation was looking for a new prophet, and the church was saying, whose house?
Swerve's house.
Thank you. Now Omega's feeling healthy. He wants to be back in the title picture, but Swerve's concerned he's using a bit of that EVP power. Swerve talks about fighting the EVPs for the last 2 years. Two idiots abusing their powers, which he ended last summer. Doesn't matter if Omega calls himself a god or not. If you step in front of Swerve, he'll put you down. Omega corrects him, though, saying, look, I never called myself the God of Pro. It's not me saying it. It's them saying it, basically. The fans who gave me this name. Swerve might ask whose house, but If you're questioning me, maybe the lights are on, but nobody's home. If you need someone to... He didn't say it like that.
I know, but he didn't say it like Alan Partridge, funnily enough.
If you need someone to burn that house down, Omega has just the friend to help him do it. If it wasn't for Swerve, Omega would be on his way to the title again. He isn't asking Swerve to believe in him, but maybe you are asking for a fight. I see the disrespect. You look at me and you whisper those sweet nothings into Prince Nana's ear about a plan. But if you want to fight, you want a bare knuckle fight, you've got it. Accept or yield. And Swerve said Omega's scared. This generation's lapping him. Omega cuts him off, though, because he tries to call himself the most dangerous man in AEW. And Omega quite rightly says that probably should go to Brody King right now.
I love those little mentions of everyone. This like new theme in AEW. It's really, really, really clever, I think.
Swerve said he'd put Omega back in the hospital, and this time he won't get up from it. Omega said that's one heck of an idea and slapped Swerve. Swerve said Omega's made his choice. Whatever happens next is on him. And they brawl. They brawl to the outside. They brawl up the entrance ramp where Omega hits a V-trigger against the Tron.
Yeah.
He wants a one-winged angel off the stage, but Swerve bonks him on the head and tackles Omega off the stage, and they go both crashing through a table until security tends to both of them and separates them.
The most important thing is that this was, like, irrespective of like the words used or whatever, did this feel like a big match before, and did it feel like a bigger match afterwards? I would say yes and yes.
Pay-per-view quality.
I know, I couldn't believe when I saw that graphic on Dynamite. That felt like 2021. We're getting this on telly.
Class, innit?
Get in there.
Give me a time limit draw, please.
Just to get as much out of it as possible.
Yeah.
I know. It'll certainly go long. They'll certainly work towards the tease, one would expect at a minimum. I've got two pedantic criticisms, but that's what you're here for, I think. Otherwise, this was excellent, and I'll go into why. One, just imagine the scene playing out in your head again. Relive it. How much better is it if Kenny's wearing a suit and aviators? I understand that it's a heel-coded thing. That's why people still find it odd that Cody does it. And Kenny would wear like a suit and like, he would dress more flash when he was playing the heel in 2021. But like, he's got this is a tweener thing as well. Not tweener, but like baby faces prepared to be arseholes and get violent because they're wrestling each other. We could get away with it. I reckon he just never looks like the business, does he, Kenny Omega, in these segments? I reckon if you just put him in wardrobe, like this would be like, it'd go from an 8 out of 10 to a 9 out of 10 segment. I think the little details matter. I will say that I thought Kenny Omega was very, very good on the microphone here. There was no stumble bumble, which he can sometimes do when he's in this babyface role. I don't think it felt enormous, but it felt big enough.
He can get a bit twee sometimes.
He can get a bit twee. He can get a little bit arch.
Yeah.
He said it. He's too aloof for his own good, isn't he? It doesn't fit in. You've got that bombastic arena that he finds himself in.
Yeah.
There's no place for that there,
You can do that sort of anime delivery if you like, but I thought he was genuinely stellar here. I will say as well, I really liked Swerve's motivation, and I loved the trust that bred in the process, because if you are watching a Dynamite, like I was last night, or this morning rather, and they mention something that makes sense of something that you were a little bit, what's going on there 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, then now I'm in a position where 3-4 weeks into the future, I can be assured that they know what they're doing. And I just feel like that's so important. So when Swerve is all along, every time he's interacted with Omega, he's been a little bit, brow furrowed, wary. And you're thinking, is that just because he sees him as competition? It just feels a little bit like, what's he done to you? And it turns out he hasn't done anything, but his friends have. And I'm not being funny, because the Young Bucks EVP thing, ultimately, it was on its own island. It was the one program that shouldn't be on an island. It was on its own island. Mixed, I would say. Massively entertaining when it worked, but it was a bit apathetic at times. And I think ultimately it won't be remembered as the best chapter of their career. So me, a Young Bucks fan, doesn't really remember it that much. And you forget because this 2024 stuff, the Bucks and Swerve were like at odds, you know, and in 2025 as well, it didn't feel like this big epic storyline, really. Swerve taking on the EVPs. So I didn't really think of it that much as a reason why Swerve would behave like that towards Kenny. But it makes sense, and they've folded it into this, which I really appreciate. This was really, really, really good. And you can tell when I say that, I'm always hesitant to say great, but it was big enough. The other thing, other than Kenny's outfit choice, the spear through the table looked lame. Knowing what I know of these two, and I know the best violence is to come, but as a tone setter, and again, like you feel like an arsehole saying, why didn't he smash him through a glass table? Pussy. You know, I feel like
V-Trigger was nice.
V-Trigger was nice, but spear through the table, I know I'm in the wrong company, and I know that this type of comment has just destroyed pro wrestling discourse over the past 6 years. That's WWE, that, innit? It is a little bit lame by AEW standards of ultra-violence, I thought.
I agree, it was better than usual. I'm being facetious. I really enjoyed this, though. So just hit upon my favourite thing about this was the mention of the Young Bucks and the EVPs. Swerve, it was the week, it was sticking with me, and I wish I'd spent more time to think about what they were going to get to here. But like the week when it was the three of them in the ring, Swerve, Kenny, and Hangman, and Kenny was all of a sudden like the target of Swerve's ire because obviously him and Hangman had to go through so much to make peace. Now, I didn't like them as a team together. That didn't really work. But what we were reminded of here was that Swerve is a man that holds a grudge, and look at what it had taken for him and Hangman to reach a point where they didn't want to kill each other every week.
Yes.
Like, we know what Swerve's default setting is, and it's not that. It's not the guy that teams with Hangman. The default setting is the guy that remembers everything, that holds the grudge, that goes like, if I have to, I'll get you for this, Kenny. And you made poor choices with your friends. At one point or another, you were just kind of as an abusive power EVP as they were. Like, I don't want to live that life again. I thought I was done with it. So the idea that Kenny Omega is this immediate, like, sort of Nam flashback for Swerve Strickland the second he sees him, it's tremendous. Like, as you say, they showed us a title feud that ultimately this little, like, constant needling has cost them both now. That would have been enough. The fact that they've shown you, no, this week was on the board, but we can't drop that one in yet because it wouldn't really make sense. They're too focused on winning the belt. It's when the belt is suddenly not in the picture, that's when you get back to and by the way, like, I don't care for your mates and I don't trust you. Yeah. That's when you bring that up. It's just spot on.
It's spot on. Like, as I said, if they plant that detail and then reveal it 4 weeks later, they've bought 4 weeks of like, they actually have a big grand plan for this. And, you know, that's what AEW was needed. We are again, I don't want to keep saying, just because it's not 2021, it's not as good anymore. They have made significant, at least in the main event picture, improvements to the product over the past 18 months. Like, it's not that long ago that they were just doing, the conglomeration. No, isn't it cute when they team together? Or those eras of like, we'll bring in X wrestler for like a bit of a novelty pop on a match graphic. Like, it was kind of like sicko slop in a way, AEW for a long time. But now it feels like, and again, I'm 40, British, but they are locked in, dialed in.
Yeah.
It's process trusting stuff here as well, because if you think of some like these big names are finally fighting each other. I know it wasn't on a Dynamite, but Swerve and Hangman's first match was just a straight up wrestling match on the pit. I really enjoyed it. I remember enjoying it. Was it Wrestle Dream maybe? But like just the first one, just straight wrestling match. The first Swerve Hangman where Swerve cheated to win. I think it was
Wrestle Dream.
Yeah, just Swerve cheated to win with Nana's help, if I remember correctly, and that was that. And it was like, is this it then? And then no, look what that begats. MJF and Punk's first match was on Dynamite. MJF likes that in general
because he can say, because obviously they had an idea to resume it after Revolution 2022, which is why they worked it. So MJF, the heel character, could say, it's 2-1.
Yeah,
beat you twice in Chicago.
Like who knows? We might one day get another go of it. But the first and today only Kenny Omega Bryan Danielson match was a Dynamite match. Bryan and Hangman, loads of really, really amazing like, you can say AEW dream match. Finally, these two wrestlers come together. It's happened on Dynamite for the first time, or it's happened as a straight-up wrestling match.
Ospreay and Fletcher.
Ospreay and Fletcher, yeah, Ospreay and MJF. There are loads in which you... MJF and Adam Cole. Like, it's like all of these things that ended up becoming these massive long-ranging feuds started on a Dynamite or on a... It's happening now. Class. And then it doesn't remove anything from the aftermath or what happens next, you know?
That's a good take and a really impressive book and feat.
Yeah.
When you drill it down, when you deep it.
After this, we go backstage. There's Renee with Cole Fletcher and Don Callis. She asks him about the pressure, as they head towards Grand Slam Australia. And Don Callis says, no pressure. Carl's just going to win the TNT title and take it into Sydney for a hero's welcome. Fletcher says, yeah, about that. Please don't get involved. Please let me do it by myself. And Don's like, cool. So I get to put my feet up on commentary and just watch you win the title. Sounds good to me. And Fletcher walks off happy, and Callis says he's the son he never had.
Great.
They've actually got chemistry then.
Yeah.
It might actually mean something when Don betrays him.
And speaking of Don Callis, it was the Don Callis family versus the Death Riders. Death Riders, of course, Mox, Claudio, and Pac, taking on Konosuke Takeshita, Josh Alexander, and the guy with the great ass, Mark Davis. Early on, everything breaks down. They fight to the floor. Claudio hits a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker to Takeshita as they go back inside. Pac gets involved, but Josh Alexander hits that running crossbody to take us to a break. When we come back, Pac's in trouble, but he gets the hot tag to Claudio, who just gives everyone uppercuts. There's locomotion corner uppercuts to Davis and Alexander. He gets a giant swing, does Claudio, but Davis puts a stop to that. In comes Mox and Takeshita ahead of the weekend, of course. They big shots between each other. That ends with Mox hitting him with a huge King Kong lariat. But as he goes for a Death Rider, Davis cuts him off. It all breaks down again. The brawl spills to the outside. Mox gets a choke on Takeshita, who backs him into the corner, and Mox gets triple teamed. There's released Germans. A bounce back lariat from Davis for 2. Pac has to dive in to break up the count. In the end, though, Takeshita goes for a running forearm, but Pac and Claudio clear house, leaving Josh Alexander alone. Mox rear naked choke into a Death Rider for the 1-2-3.
Yep, I would have loved it if I went live to see this. And shout out to Jose Palomares, who did in fact see this live and probably had a great time.
Wearing a WhatCulture Wrestling podcast t-shirt.
Legend. Look, it's one of those matches where I'm dreading still the idea that this is it until May, when they do what would probably be at this point Stadium Stampede, because they're in a tennis stadium for Double or Nothing instead of Anarchy in the Arena, but same difference. Are there any other ongoing faction wars with a Z happening in AEW right now? Because look, at the end of the day, it's not cynical to forecast them just doing this match at Double or Nothing, because it's an annual tradition, and I'm a dick about it. At the Revelation last year, it's almost like Christmas to me, because it's the same stuff every year. They do a gag with the entrance theme, with the music at the start. They'll turn it off. It'll be an absolutely unbelievable match. They'll sneak in a secret explosion. God, what a genius idea that was, isn't it?
It's a good one.
Who had the idea to do a secret explosion spot in Double or Nothing? They should honestly give that guy a raise. Anyway. And I love it. And last year's was unbelievable. Just a half an hour of just violent joy. Almost invariably, the weeks and months leading up to it are a little bit routine and patterned. And here we are again. And again, I don't like the storyline. I don't like... Maybe we imagine this Jon Moxley character arc that has completely fallen off the face of the earth. But it's fallen off the face of the earth. And this is just the Death Riders being Blackpool Combat Club, and I know I said this last week, but guess what? There's been no progression, so I'll probably end up saying it next week as well. This is the sort of match where I kind of, at this point, I'm watching with my arms folded, waiting to see something class, to go, if it was class that, to be fair. And then, Claudio Castagnoli deadlift suplexes Mark Davis, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, that is tits. That is absolutely tits. I will say this at least had the decency to break down pretty early, and it wasn't too long. But I mean, a well-worked match I didn't really care about.
I thought the match felt long. I don't know how long it was, but it felt long to me. But then again, I think
If it was 4 minutes, it would have felt long to you.
Correct. It was over 10, wasn't it?
Yeah, easy. After a break.
I don't know. Like, I was trying to think as this was on and I was bored.
You saw the match graphic and I'm like,
Yeah. I was trying to decide while this was on and I was bored, but I was watching the good moves happen in front of me. I thought, well, like, Mark Davis is getting something out of this, and good, because he's been really unlucky. Like, obviously with Davis and Doyle just getting going and then getting stopped in its tracks, and how easy it is to just fade into the background in the Don Callis family. That's nice. Would this have been better? And I don't think the answer is yes. Would this have been better if instead it was just John Moxley doing a weekly Don Callis family gauntlet but putting his belt on the line every week? Would have been the same. Would have been like, each match wouldn't have had much identity. It would have felt the same every week. Oh, who's Don Callis putting up against Moxley this week? You know, like, wouldn't have made it any better. Wouldn't have made it any worse.
I know it doesn't work like this. Sorry to step on your dick. But, like, did Moxley have to win?
No.
The only way, like my wrestling brain, because I've watched it for way too long at this point, I think we all have, is thinking not of like, ooh, this character's in form, or this character isn't, or whatever. I think of booking patterns and wrestling's need to subvert them to try and effectively manipulate a quote-unquote smarter audience. So now I'm thinking, all right, does that mean Takeshita's winning now? Even though his team lost?
Well, it's not helped either finish become particularly, like, that much more exciting, has it? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and here's the thing as well, and this is the point, I'm going to make this point twice on this podcast. Sorry, do you want to finish what you were saying?
Well, I found this week, it's been a constant annoyance really over the weeks. I think dating back further for me personally than it was you guys, but this was the most egregious, this episode was the most egregious case of like, what are we doing with this group? Because it's almost back-to-back segments in the heel and babyface problem. John Moxley chucking himself back out on commentary is a terrible look when like Clark Connors is out there as one of the people that was dragging Darby Allin around in the desert and stuff. It's like, this was they've not taken the piss as much as they did this week with that, and that's my biggest pet peeve with all of this. Yeah. It's like, I know it makes me just sound like a thick Fed fan, but it's like, actually pick a lane here.
Oh no, they do. They should.
Yeah, like it massively impacts my enjoyment of multiple matches.
When they absolutely tweenerized the living hell out of Moxley about 2 or 3 years ago in the BCC, it was just like, I'm watching Mox and Danielson against Top Flight, and it's amazing on Rampage or whatever it was, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
I'm like, I should care more about this.
4 old piles of gravel.
You're just
dead hard gravel.
You're just waiting for the bell to ring and then getting suckered in by the amazing work and then rinse, repeat, and it was a bit of a waste. This was the first instance of something that I'm going to repeat in the next match, as awesome as it was, of I'm watching it, I'm just seeing some moves, they're well executed, and it's weird, like, I don't mean to be tribal, right? But my God, I'm watching the first 90 seconds of this match and the struggle, the impact, the pace. And I'm like, WWE. That was my first takeaway, to be fair. It's just like, my God, the wrestling in WWE is really not good at the moment. Anyway, that's by the by. But I'm watching this match and I'm impressed early because it's the first non-WWE match I've watched since, like, whatever, because I've been watching Raw and NXT. Obviously, the podcasts for which available wherever you get your podcasts from right now. And the first 90 seconds, I'm like, bloody hell, this is good. And I'm like, oh, that's just better. And then I'm watching it progress, and I'm like, I don't really care about these characters because of, you know, where we've been and where I was kind of half thinking it was going to go, and we're not ending up there. And then, God, are the baby faces? Do you not get bored of being hard? You know?
Yeah.
You don't get bored of kicking ass.
You said that about booking patterns. You're kind of analysing the real people, aren't you? Oh, well done. You're hard in the fake sport. Well done. It's that same thing, isn't it? Like the opposite effect of what they think they're projecting.
Exactly. If anything, it feels like they are like protesting too much.
Yeah.
And you're watching these pretty vulnerable, thin-skinned performers and not the hard blokes that they are trying to portray.
Yeah.
So that thought entered my head, is the moves and the structure and the layout, and it breaks down, and this is 7 years, and I'm thinking, well, you know, Takeshita might get a pin here and win the Continental title. I'm like, don't care. Like, ultimately, the belt that they are wrestling over or gaining trying to get form in this match ahead of the match. The title that they are fighting over is ultimately meaningless. It is class once a year during the tournament. Beyond that, doesn't matter. It is like last year. It was basically this prop. It was a prop that they wrapped around the waist of Kazuchika Okada, so they could kind of make you think, oh, look, he's just like the New Japan Okada, guys. He's wearing a belt, just like there was an ever-present IWGP World title around the waist of Kazuchika Okada. The AEW Continental, same thing. No, it isn't. And now it's a prop. It feels like a little, John likes to win. How do I book John? By having him win a lot. Oh, you can have his little belt. So it's not like this. It's an appeasement. It's like a condescending thing to the audience, I find personally, of, they're still winners, guys. They've got the Continental title, so they're not in the main event. So where are they really?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's something that's been given to Jon Moxley because I love gold to appease him.
There he is.
And if they then hand it over, here I am. And if they then give it to Takeshita, what does he gain other than the same spot on the card? It doesn't really matter. It's meaningless.
15 minutes.
Aye.
That match went. By the way, on Cage Match, this show has 9.25 right
I mean, it's like, that's not cool. Nuts, guys.
It's a cagey
It
favourite.
was really,
Cagey
really
favourite,
good. Often approaching great. Maybe if you told me that rating after the next match, I'd be like, yeah, hell yeah, guys.
Yeah.
Good call.
Because we pretty much went straight into it, didn't we? Like an ad break.
It's not the April 21st, 1997 from Raw, and that's got like a match with the Sultan on, but it's got 60 Austin Bret Hart segments, so the cage match isn't going to give you match ratings on them.
Yes, Michael.
That's a 9. That's a 9.
Yes, Michael.
9.9.
Yes, it was the TNT title match. Tommaso Ciampa.
You remember this. I'm sure I watched it recently. What happens on the same show as Brett 123, kid?
Not much. Nothing that sticks out.
I'm sure there's a row I was just watching in front of like my screensaver at night. And there was some 93 or 94 Raw where like something iconic happens and I'm like, oh, that happened as well.
The 93 one you might be thinking of, Kid and Razor happens the same night as Sean and Marty.
Yes, that's
Center.
the one I watched. And I'm
Lovely
thinking,
that,
bloody hell.
What
Look
an
at
hour.
the fucking Fed go.
What an hour.
What an hour?
Yeah.
So yes, we then had the TNT title match between Tommaso Ciampa and Carl Fletcher. Lance Archer was there with Don Callis, but didn't get involved. Well, actually, early
Good
on,
decoy.
Yeah, early on, Ciampa blew him a kiss and hit a huge knee against the barricade on Fletcher.
Love a good decoy, me. Don't do things just to telegraph them. Do things just to make you think something might happen. Like one of my favorite AEW booking decisions ever was the judges panel for the Cody Jericho match. And everyone was like, is Jericho going to go an hour? And I'm saying, no, he isn't, obviously. You got to get a brain. It's just the idea of like, it might be necessary. Just it enriches the whole thing.
Early on, the fight spills to the outside, blows a kiss to Archer, knee against the barricade, but he pats himself on the back too long. And Fletcher hits a half and half suplex on the floor to take us to a break. We come back with Fletcher missing a running knee in the corner, but avoids the running knee into the steps. But Ciampa's all right. He hits Fletcher with an air raid crash onto the steps, followed by a running knee for 2 back inside. Another 2, there's a lot of them to come, from a reverse DDT. Ciampa goes up top, or takes Fletcher up top, but Fletcher reverses into a spinning belly-to-back superplex.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah! Fletcher subsequently powerbombs Ciampa onto the apron. Brainbuster, match is over, 2 count. No one can believe it, especially Carl Fletcher. I mean, Ciampa arguably looks pretty shocked as well. Still in it. He fights back. There's a superplex for Ciampa and a running knee for another 2. But Fletcher's defiant. He spits at him. There's a lawn dart into the corner. Ciampa fires back, running knee into a brainbuster for 2. But Fletcher blasts him with a clothesline and a brainbuster for Carl Fletcher gets him the 1-2-3, and he regains the TNT title. We'll get to what happens afterwards after you talked about this match.
This was the tits, brother. This was the absolute tits until the closing bell. Like, the way that wrestling is homogenized right now means it's more difficult than ever to become one of the best in the world. It's difficult to stand out. There is that checklist. I'm sorry, I know I sound like Rip Rogers. There is that checklist of how to create the illusion of an unbelievably great wrestling match, even if, are you actually having one? But because it's like there is a set of instructions now, there is. I find it a bit harder to get into matches that other people think are great. Maybe I'm numb to it. I don't know. The tone here set in the first 2 minutes was absolutely blissful. Like, it was basically, I just loved the dynamic. I loved the story. I loved in the way that we were talking yesterday. I was almost like cynical about the match happening because I just thought, is it the time to do it? There's a certain cop-out forthcoming, maybe. Nah, they went with it. Interesting follow-up to Ciampa, I was going to say. I was like, Homer Simpson. Just the interesting follow-up to Ciampa. I'm looking forward to that. But they had this, neither guy can afford to lose here.
Yeah.
It's actually really high stakes for a low-stakes belt, which unfortunately I will get to. I can't help it. Guy coming in to prove his name, that he is not a one-year wonder. Ciampa himself has said in the press, I hate that people think I'm just 2018 Ciampa and just diminished returns and I had one great year. Like, he fancies himself, and that's why he's made the move. And like, he's got his entire like legacy and star power. He's backed himself. All that's on the line. Fletcher is fighting this incredible uphill battle against being stigmatized as, I've tried to coin this on Twitter, it won't take, none of my stuff ever does. There are wrestlers in AEW, forever on the cusp. Fletcher and Takeshita are the two that spring to mind. It's like, what are you really? Are you the future of the company, or am I just going to get told you're the future of the company? Because I have been told, and this doesn't help them too, I have been told that certain wrestlers are the future of the company, and it hasn't really shaken out like that. So there's like, God, who wins this? And then the first 2 minutes, the wrestling personas portrayed by these two men sold it like that. They didn't mess about once. Like, they were just the chops to like the back of the neck to like between the shoulder blades were like vile, like these really sort of dismissive, disdainful kicks to the side of the head. It just felt like a war, like a proper war early. I believed the motivation level for both men was completely off the charts. And because of the characters have been so well established, I didn't just feel that manifest as a desperation to have a great match. I actually felt it. It was vile. Like, some of it was incredibly creative. Like that superplex reversal into this. That was absolutely sublime. I made the Just Bleed noise looking at that. It was unbelievable. And the reason why, as much as I kind of, in the story of the match, I was kind of wanting one of them to win as each sort of seesaw like vibrated. Like, I didn't want Fletcher to win this because when you watched him in this form, like, he's magic in there. I'm not saying Ciampa can't have a match as good as this again in AEW, but this was Ciampa's best singles match in, 7 years, probably?
Yeah.
Who's the difference? Who had the TV match of the year last year against Speedball Mike Bailey? Probably Kyle Fletcher. This guy is the next proper super worker. And considering people are actually, seemingly a bit bored of that type of thing, it just makes his achievement all the more impressive. He has managed to unlock, and yes, you can be accused of achieving it with like too many near falls, or at least an excessive amount of near falls. If you can build that many and densely pack that many into the back end of the match and people buy them, people buy each one more than they did the last, you're not cheating. You're doing it incredibly well. You're pacing it. You're building it. Like, I couldn't believe what was getting kicked out of. Not because it's like, oh, he's got dropped on his head, but because of the way that they arranged it. Fletcher, who, again, what a bold move. He's patterned himself after Omega and Ospreay and went, I'm the next one of those. But the difference isn't how disgusting you can make those connections feel with your strikes, or how often you're willing to drop yourself on your head to make it feel like a really sort of terrifying battle. The difference is that extra layer of drama that very, very few people can generate. Fletcher's in that class now. You cannot have him dicking around with the TNT title. You can't. It's a total waste.
Yeah, like this is probably, it is my favourite AEW match of the year. I really enjoyed that Death Riders weapons one, the first one before we got too many of them. But this
was different gravy.
This was different gravy. This was the proper stuff. I share that sentiment entirely, that I didn't want Fletcher to win, and not just because.
But you don't want to see him lose neither.
Yeah, but I was kind of embracing I was really enjoying this match. I was embracing the fiction of it, and I was really, really enjoying Tommaso Ciampa feeling himself out there as well. So that was brilliant. Like,
he looked like he was desperate to win, didn't he?
Super locked in, desperate to keep that title.
His facials when he was like just about to get pinned, were like incredible.
I just never doubted that this was a title fight. They both wanted to win the belt, you know. But I did have that thing after. Nothing happened in the match to break the immersion. It was after the fact. I was. Again, you go back to like booking patterns and what really means anything. And, you know, like we'll obviously talk about what's coming next. But I started thinking, because the other side of this, the other side with Ciampa, I don't mean this, what I'm about to say, but in some respects, right, we'll sack him now. Like, there is a very real worry that this, like, he's kind of like coming sort of as a bit of a meteorite, really. Like nobody would have seen it coming. He's created a genuine disruption for a second, and in a very satisfying way. I think you're right. I don't think it's unreasonable to say, you know, talking 7 or 8 years since a singles match resonated like this one did. And I would argue that, like, before that, him beating Briscoe, for him, had that similar amount of, didn't know Ciampa still had that in him, you know? I worry now. I don't know what the rest of this run looks like.
I do.
He could join the Don Callis family, or he could spend forever on Collision.
I was just about to say those are the two options.
Yeah.
No, there's another one. He's killing time until his other mate comes in.
That as well.
Oh, no.
I don't like any of it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying sack him, but we might have just seen the peak. And say if he's on like a 5-year deal, and you've got like, well, just 4 years and 11 months left. It's a weird, wrestling's weird like that. I really hope, when everything works perfectly in an organisation that is firing, that is truly firing, this performance is like an upward failure for Tommaso Ciampa. So, like, he is kind of in 2 or 3 weeks shown his worth. He's shown like a star quality that you might have not been sure about when you first signed him. He's shown an in-ring quality that means that you can trust him. And you look at a way to move him upwards. Now, that's a big problem in AEW. Because as Sid says, like, Cusp City Jones has been full since inception, really. But like all these in belts, you know, that Ricochet claims aren't meaningless. Like, if he goes to feud with Ricochet next, that's a sideways move. You know, like, you just make a series of sideways moves unless you get a push. If after this, off the back of his defeat, says, you know what, I had 2 weeks that belt and I had much bigger plans for it. It's reminded me what the taste of gold is like.
I love gold.
And like,
or silver.
Yeah. MJF, consider me added to your list of enemies. You know, like, make him feel like he's about to, like, Andrade's done it. Andrade's kind of coming out of nowhere with something that people have just invested in, like is what's happening.
His big cock. By the looks of things.
His big cock and his tiny trunks that show off that big cock, right? Like, whatever it is that's finally clicked for Andrade, it's a short-term thing, but Ciampa can do that as well. Not say he's got a big cock. He can say that my big cock is a figurative cock. It's these matches. You know? That's probably the promo should cut.
We've all got big cocks, mate.
Yeah.
Is that what you said once?
Meanwhile, Fletcher winning this belt really makes me wonder if the Grand Slam match was the plan all along, and this was almost a bit of a test of Tommaso Ciampa. Like, the match we're about to talk about was always on the board for Grand Slam because it would make sense that Fletcher was going to be involved in something big. And was the signing of Ciampa, or the unexpected nature of that, a bit of a, let's see how you get on with this. We're going to strap a mini rocket here to see if we can actually strap a proper one. And he's passed the test with flying colours. You know, like, this has made me want to invest in Tommaso Ciampa more. But it's AEW, so history suggests that it'll be a waste of my time. Great match. Great.
Yeah, post-match we should talk about, because Renee comes in and congratulates Kyle, says what's next, and he's Carl says, look, I made it clear I'm coming home with the TNT Championship. Heading to Sydney for a hero's welcome. I deserved that last year, and I'm going to defend this title in my hometown against anyone from anywhere. Out comes Mark Briscoe, who says, hey, correctly there. You've come a long way, boy. Congratulations, you deserve it. But your ass isn't going to be able to cash the check your mouth is writing. We're 3-3. I'm happy to give you home field advantage for match 7. And Kyle says, I'm sick and tired of seeing you in this ring. But I did say I'd fight anyone, anywhere. I accept. But match 7 needs to be bigger and better than the rest. So he makes it a ladder match.
Everything goes on too long, right? In wrestling at the minute, it feels like everything's gone on too long. You know what's a clue that these things go on too long? Is that the wrestlers have to reassure the viewing audience this one's the last one.
Yeah, this is it.
Drew,
What's gone on longer? Yeah, Drew and Cody or this?
This.
Yeah, they've staggered it more.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
They've dropped it and then picked it up and whatever. But like, didn't Damian Priest and Aleister Black, didn't Damian Priest say something along the lines of, yep, I'm sick of this, and I think everyone else is too, but we should probably wrap it up, like.
Yeah.
I remember...
Aleister Black didn't. I've already won. She should.
I already won when I was born. That's because I never lose. God, I'm so glad he's not around.
Yeah.
Anyway, I remember as well...
He's around for some of us.
Speaking of around, this is this weird trope that shouldn't exist has been around for a while as well. Remember the Jericho Appreciation Society versus Blackpool Combat Club feud of 2022? Mm-hmm. The idea of whose philosophy is going to win and, you know, infest or save AEW, even though it's just confined to these segments. Pro wrestling, yes! A sports entertainment. Boo! And I went on for months and months and months and months. Took up the bulk of the year. And then can you remember the show on which the war for the first war for AEW Soul was waged? This final battle. It was in Ring of Honor. It was Claudio versus Jericho. And Moxley was like, yeah, let's put an end to this. They're going to do it at Ring of Honor. Like, Moxley had to pretty much say, I think everyone's sick of this now. Let's just call it.
Where did Shark Week putting him through the table, the real quiz, fall in the timeline?
Barbed wire everywhere. I think that was after Blood and Guts, maybe.
Yeah.
I think Blood and Guts was quite well received. Mm-hmm. I can't remember it rebounding from barbed wire everywhere. It was like, Jesus Christ. It's all right, the match is a complete and utter farce. But Jericho took a bump at the end in the post-match, so it all went 50-50. Yeah. Jesus Christ. I couldn't help but think, like, it wasn't just this week. I'm sure there was a week where, so was it last week or the week before? No, it was the Ciampa introduction week where Briscoe was like issuing a challenge or something with his TNT title. Mm-hmm. And he had to say to Don Callis, please, no one else from your family.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, you've gone off the idea of hating to wrestle someone from the Don Callis family now that you don't have a belt, Mark Briscoe. And now last night, a member of the Don Callis family said the exact same thing to Mark Briscoe, saying, oh, God, not you again, not this again. Mm-hmm. I think the whole idea of trying to tell the audience, just one more. It's like,
one more day.
If you have to tell me, look, it's boring, it's uninspiring, it's overfamiliar, let us have one more, right? What do you equate? Oh, just one more with? My kid's delaying bedtime and asking for a snack when they're not hungry.
Yeah.
So last night, right, I'm watching... oh, God, I'm such an idiot. Actually, no, I'm not an idiot. I was let down. So it was Midweek Madness, I think they marketed it as, on TNT. We've got a different TNT over here, where they have the rights to literally every Premier League game, the midweek fixtures. So the idea was, Mrs. is a Mackham. So Sunderland Liverpool's going on 8:15, But from 7:30 till 8:15, I've got the choice of the first half. I picked Brighton Villa, thinking Villa. Well, I kind of want to scout them ahead of Saturday, and it's the most competitive looking out of Man City, Fulham. Fulham got their asses handed to them by Man City, so that probably wasn't worth a watch. And then Palace, Burnley. You're thinking, oh god, well, Burnley are out of it. They're not. What a match that was!
Yeah.
The best first half of the Premier League probably all season.
TNT's the worst for that as well, because they put that little screen up saying, you're stupid watching this game,
Yeah, because it's a score.
You get to see this tiny girl hear a bit of the sound, but you can't quite make out the goal. But it's like, well, tough, no, you're stuck on this one. You can't change the channel, mate. You pick the boring game.
You can, but you're already stuck in it now. Sunk cost fallacy. I'm Jim and Joe. I'm like, all right, okay.
Proper get you. I hate that little screen.
It's sorry.
Check it out. Sidge voted for Kiss now, man.
Soccer tangent. So I'm watching this complete bore. This total bore fest. Jesus Christ. Seeing the notifications of our 2-1. 2-2. Oh, so I'm already like raging, right? And like the old kids delay bedtime.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
At all costs.
It's the absolute worst, right? So this is like it's almost funny in retrospect when you're not living through it. So Charlotte's in the other room, my youngest, and like it's like, right, you got to finish up with the snack that you suddenly wanted. 5 minutes after it's really bedtime, but I'm kind of watching the first 10 minutes of the Sunderland game now. So I'm like, all right, okay, all right, it's bedtime. So the snack was 4 slices of watermelon, right?
Good choice.
Well, for her, yes. As the parent, no. Because she takes these little rabbit-sized, rodent-sized bites out of them, and I'm just looking like it's like an hourglass waiting for the red bits to go down. It's like, oh god, once it's just green left, it's like, that's it, it's bedtime. Till she finds another reason to not go to bed. She starts eating the green bits, and I'm like, Jesus, stop it! You don't eat those bits. And they're still refreshing. So it's like anything to steal. So when basically this is the green watermelon of AEW feuds. Oh, just one more bite of this green watermelon, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! As good as these matches have been, as great as they've been at times,
Go to bed.
Go to bed. Go to bed. Can I have a ladder match? Yeah, all right. Because I tell you what, I have got some thoughts on this, but we will be previewing this match on the Grand Slam preview, so I'm going to reserve them for them.
Following this, by the way, speaking of big shows, they announce, and what could have triggered this, the pre-sale for All in London will go on sale.
Fairly certain, Wilbourn, that we did not, in fact, remind them to advertise their stadium show.
I think we can be pretty sure we did. I think somebody had forgotten. It was that last minute.
Come on.
Wait a minute.
AEW's not that systemically inept.
Oh my God, those limeys are right.
Those limey bastards.
I left it in my desk drawer.
I don't know when Pulley Ray started booking AEW. Be that as it may.
Pre-sale March 16th, general sale March 20th, which is around Revolution time.
So they're probably thinking of putting on a tits show, and then if you want to see the tits in person,
or
come
some people saying Ospreay or even AJ Styles possibly. Show.
You going to be negligent about your duties and doing a Sweet Chin Disco again this year?
What, for All In?
Yeah.
More than likely, yeah.
If he gets his way.
Yeah.
Although, Murray did flag up this morning that this WWE Cardiff business is not just a kind of August deflector. It could very possibly be UK Stadium Wars and happening on the same day. That would be bad ass.
For you?
No, for everybody. For wrestling fans.
Oh, shut up, man.
What a great day for wrestling fans in the UK to have 2 stadium shows. Truly, this is the best version and what we all wanted. Blah, blah, blah. I know. It's who wins. And my team will win.
World Class Championship Wrestling 1988 presents AEW All in London 3. Great.
Maybe this is like ticket price gate. This is where... Just undercut them. Just undercut their ass. £5 tickets. Get yourself down.
I'm a billionaire. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's Wembley Stadium. I want arses in seats. They're going to charge 50, 60 quid a shot minimum. Like, We're the best wrestling. I don't care about that. Like, £5 a ticket. £5 to take your kids to Wembley. Like, you live in the London area. What's on? Football, close, wrestling. £5 to go to Wembley. You know?
The
I'm
only
not going to
thing,
do that.
I'm just saying.
I think we might actually get the best of both worlds because the only thing I can find about it was from a couple of weeks ago. Andrew Baydala, saying that right? There's a ton of noise in chat that WWE will run a major show in August of 2026 at the Principality Stadium in Wales. Currently, the date would not run head-to-head with All In, but would take place before August 30th.
That's such...
Before, that's all right.
The chat would be in the replies here on Squared Circle, so take it as you will. SummerSlam's start of August. Money in the Bank is start of September. So, that would make sense that they would do like a Saturday night's main event. Saturday night? No, it's not in London. Saturday night's main event. I don't know.
Say that again.
I can't really do Welsh.
So, yeah, you can. Say
Saturday night's main event.
But in Wales.
Yeah.
In Wales.
In Wales. Saturday.
In a stadium. Saturday night's main event in a stadium.
Never been to the Principality.
It was great. It was really
That's
good.
nice, aye.
Good pizzas around there as well, I've heard.
Oh,
the
tremendous.
best.
Great value.
It was the Wembo.
Wonderful value.
The Wembo when we didn't have Wembo no mo for a bit, wasn't it? They had all them cup finals there.
Aye.
So forget about that now. The Millennium Stadium years.
Good
day.
Why couldn't they just move it north?
Yeah.
Give us bloody plebs a
Like a
chance to go.
cheaper trip.
Yeah.
And there was a video package for the Babes of Wrath versus Mega Bad for the tag titles at Grand Slam this weekend. Harley Cameron said she's going to take Mega Bad in her hometown, Down Under.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Voices.
Mega bed.
Mega bed.
Sounds like someone on a...
Sorry.
No, it does sound good.
It sounds like Love Rat, just... a
Darren
love rat on a particularly impressive spree.
A mega bedder.
Yeah, mega bed.
I was thinking of mega bed, like
So,
just
yeah.
like living that like goblin life. People say now, just like big chair, but it's just a bed. I just know you've got like your, I don't know, you got like your crisps there, you got your remote there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not
Off the top of my head.
just think I'm not leaving mega bed.
You know.
I'm not leaving mega bed. That sort of thing. What are you doing
Like
this
Mega
week?
Desk.
Yeah. What are you doing this weekend? Mega bed. Like
Just going full on goblin maxing in my mega bed.
yeah.
I've told you about. I've pitched for All In if we can get stuff going. Well, you suggested that you do it. You and Hook eating crisps
Look. Yeah.
on the company's dime.
If I was getting paid to eat crisps,
These taste like Lay's. Yeah, it's the same thing, kid. What crisps would you introduce Hook to if
Yes.
such an interview takes
Is
place?
he basically like a crisp sommelier? Is that the right phrase?
Probably
Like a wine.
not. Right, I'm almost certainly not.
Okay.
Like a taster, like
Yeah.
talking about wine correctly, but not crisps.
because you'd want to go for the ones that you know for a fact he's not getting in America. So Space Raiders would be on there.
Pickled onion.
I mean, I hate them, but yes, you'd have to.
You'd
'cause
have to
that's
show
everybody's
him them.
favourite. Yeah.
Pickled no, I wouldn't waste pickled onion on Space Raiders as it'd have to be the Monster
Monster
Munch.
Munch.
Oh
Yes,
my
yeah,
god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Walker Sensations.
The DiCaprio meme.
They're sensational.
Yeah, they are.
I'm not even a big crisp lover. They're fine. But, I could probably go weeks without crisps. Really.
That is.
what Daddy did
I have
recently.
not gone a day without crisps.
You know
as long
what?
as I
They
can
turn
remember.
around to me. They,
Big crisp.
big crisp. He's going to kill you, sunshine. You can't have them again. I'll be like, fair enough.
What is
After
the
what
food or
Daddy
drink?
did recently, I've thrown all the pickled onion Monster Munch all away. Good scene, that. Like that one.
What's the food or drink that you wouldn't want taken off you?
Well,
You know, big food or drink.
basically, that's how I would put a gun on my mouth and I can't live without them. That's dilemma, yeah.
What? Yeah, because that would be, I'd be in real trouble if they took crisps away. Like that's one of my 5 a day. don't take my crisps.
For my cold dead ass.
Government came and took my crisps.
Oh, God.
So what's our thing for that?
Yeah,
Surely it's coffee for him.
you go back to tea.
I could go back to tea. I've actually cut down the coffee consumption. And in fact, I'm getting absolutely repulsed by the prices nowadays of specialty coffee, and it feels like it's just another thing to do now. In terms of like the faffness of it all, I do love it. I feel like if I had a really good spree of like incredible bags of coffee, I'd be back as obsessed as ever. I had a few disappointing bags of late. Probably would be coffee though. But then, nah. What's the food where I'm like, God, just kill me if I can't have that again?
Maltesers.
Probably Maltesers. I love putting 10 at once in my mouth.
What about the Maltesers?
You're talking about Ted Cox.
Oh, what did I have for tea last night?
I'll just tune in to them reviewing the best Dynamite of the year.
3 guesses.
We did an absolutely passionate and insightful exploration.
Good point.
Of the Ciampa Fletcher match.
Yeah.
You got what you came for.
You've got you're awaiting Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong versus Daniel Garcia and Clark Connors after this, by the way. Just to
We can speak to that.
Skip.
What have for tea last night?
Skips for Hook?
Yeah.
I was
Wilbourn pitch skips, yeah.
Yeah.
Quavers is along that line as well.
You
Pom
had...
Bears?
I
I got back into Pom Bears recently.
You are a child, you.
Yeah.
Even I don't really go for... Pom Bears were a necessity when the kids were little, so I get it.
Yeah.
You're always eating theirs.
Buy them for Eric.
But as soon as Eric's not eating them, they're gone forever.
No.
I'm telling
No.
you.
Not in my house.
Ready salted Pom Bears at that?
Yeah.
It's baby food, that.
It'd be my
Baba food.
thing is it's just sweets across the board.
Yeah, sweet.
I love sweets, man.
This is what made me think about, because I was thinking about, well, wait a minute, was a wider genre, because you said Maltesers, then I thought all the chocolate. I thought of something as a genre. That might be a bit of a clue as to what I had for my tea last night.
So you had, put it this way, it wasn't very savoury.
He was talking about Ritz crackers yesterday as well.
Travel down that road a little
Well, yeah,
bit.
was Adele in last night? This is crucial.
We weren't eating together all last night. The match was on at an awkward
It's
time.
Wild West now, isn't it?
I got the, like, she had something with the kids. I got the kids a little something in for a treat so we could have a little treat food. But I was like, hang on,
I got some Ritz crackers, lads.
That's just my
Comes in
treat.
like Santa on Christmas morning. Hey.
They're probably thinking about nice Mackie D's or Domino's. I got you 12 packets of beef McCoys. Eat up.
I'd be bloody grateful.
So it's not ripping the centre out of a piece of bread and filling it with cheese.
No, that's too involved.
I'll
versus what
never
I had.
forget when we were leaving that day.
I know.
What we got in there then? Big loaf of bread and some cheese squares or whatever they're called.
Eat the innards first, then put the cheese in, do it with second tea.
Fistful of bread.
Someone tries to break into the office at like 9 o'clock. And, oh, no, we at this time.
What do you say first for the bread?
Yeah, that's not.
Clint Eastwood.
Oh, that's so good.
Excellent.
Yes. Yes, Sidge.
Ah,
Classic Bridgewick.
you don't have to do anything, Paul. Off.
The Ritz crackers.
Is a clue.
It's sort of, he's gone down the right destination, and it was less prep than the pull the bread out.
Less prep.
So you put something on crackers and ate it.
No,
Less prep, he
I
says.
think
Prep.
I think
Like he's sauteing his
you know me.
onions,
You know me well enough now that you're not going to be appalled.
building the flavours.
You're not going to be appalled by all of this, but you're going to be appalled by an element of this. That is my thought on this.
It's like cheese and a squirty cheese.
Still too much prep.
I can't. I'm done. I'd rather talk about Orange Cassidy wrestling a match in 2026.
It was a full sleeve of rich tea biscuits. That's why I thought it was worth bringing up. So
That's it.
yeah. I had a cup of tea. It was in the cupboard because nobody really loves rich teas with all the heart, do they? Sometimes they were bought for a purpose, and then they just. I say full.
I love a digestive.
Yeah, me too. But like, I'd say full. There was probably like 3 missing from the top, and it had been turned upside down. I was like, that whole lot is getting eaten right
And the
now.
packet got turned upside down into my mouth.
I had some washing up to do before the match kicked off. Did that, eating biscuits. Like, match started.
Hang on.
What?
Don't try and make sense of it.
No, I do. I can't help
I see
it.
what you're
His
doing
hands
here,
are
yeah.
going to be dirty from his food, and he's.
Oh, they're going to be wet?
Yeah.
Now
I
just
know.
dry them. Scarf a load of
Oh,
biscuits.
for sake, man.
Yeah.
What? Dry them, scarf a load of biscuits, get back to washing up. Finish the washing up. Quite a lot of biscuits left in that. Because rich tea sleeves are quite tall, aren't they? You get quite a lot of rich teas for your money. So then went in the living room with another cup of tea.
He's worked up a sweat as well, cleaning the dishes, let's not forget. So,
Match is kicking
more
off.
biscuits.
So yeah, match is kicking off. So I brought some sweets in for the kids.
You have a biscuit break from your chores.
I've got a cup of tea and I've got the remainder of the sleeve. And then just...
So you answer the question. you need a biscuit break from
No,
your
the
chores.
chores are finished.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying like when you're doing the washing up, you have a biscuit break.
Kind of. They were just there. Like... And it occurred to me, I was like, well,
Fred
this is...
Flintstone's Quinn time.
This is what I'm eating tonight. So that was tea. It was just and like, you know, they don't taste like much. They're my kind of dry, like texture that I like. It's like there's nothing going on. This is brilliant. Like, do you know what I mean? There's not a lot to a rich tea, but I enjoy it.
Okay, come on.
There you go.
Long enough.
Sleeve of rich tea. I could eat it again tonight. Actually, I won't, but I could. Days in a row, I could do it.
It's not a challenge.
No, I'm happier than most people are with like the same thing all the time. I could, yeah, pack
You've
a day.
noticed.
Pack a day. That'd
Yeah,
be,
you love WWE TV, we know.
Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong.
that's what I want for my lunch now. Said that.
Shut the up about rich tea biscuits for a pummel you.
I'm just picturing you like dividing the pack up into morning, evening, and night. Like, that's you.
Or 3 packs.
Yeah, well, obviously, yeah. I was trying to give you some sort of
Dignity.
but rich tea, man, that crap.
Yeah, they're nobody's
That's
favourite,
so
are they?
Crap.
The worst
They've
biscuits.
been there a while, them rich teas. I think they all got at Christmas to just have a selection of biscuits and that. And who picks them first, you know? Like, I mean, now I would. 'Cause they kind of got a bit of mind control.
Stop.
Okay. Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, Daniel Garcia, Clark Connors. Mock was on commentary. Cassidy early on counters Garcia with a stun dog millionaire, but Garcia fires back with a Saito suplex and taunts Roddy as we head to a break. When we come back, Roderick Strong walks out on a tag attempt. There'd been issues earlier on, even part of their entrance, of course.
It's been going on forever.
Yeah.
He hates being in the conglomeration, and he is blameless. Conglomeration.
Yeah, so Cassidy gets double stomped in the corner. No one's there helping. Clark Connors hit a spear on the apron, but missed a charge into the barricade. And then in amongst all this, who should appear but a mystery witness, Darby Allin. He yanks Clark Connors into the crowd for trying to murder him last week in the desert, of course. The referee never saw it. Orange Cassidy takes out Garcia with a tope, and Garcia back inside wants a dragon tamer, but gets countered into a cradle for the flash 1, 2, 3.
Are we allowed to say that Daniel Garcia is finished? And I don't mean that he's not a great wrestler, because he is. And he's young, so he's got time on his side. But are we done here?
This has done nothing for him, has it?
If you released him and he went to WWE and it was just starting again, is he any worse off? Because I would say no.
No, not at all.
This is just, what's this?
Too many wrestlers. There's two.
That's Adele walking in early last night.
There are too many wrestlers in AEW. If he has the stuff, and I'm not convinced he's got that big TV screen-sized charisma. If you go back and watch it, that MJF Garcia stuff felt like a project more than anything big or personal or compelling or really sort of successful in the end. Yeah, I don't know what he's got, but he'll never find out with the hierarchy the way it is. And every time I watch him, I'm like, ugh, bored of this.
Bizarrely unremarkable turn for Roddy Strong this week of all weeks as well, isn't it? They have built this.
He should. The whole thing about Roddy Strong is that he's impressively physically violent. It might still happen. He's got to kill Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
He has got to kill him. And Cassidy's another one we've talked recently about, like, AEW in many ways across many segments of its TV shows is like a really good and infinitely better version of that John Cena, Triple H, Randy Orton are in the main event of WWE for every year in the back end of the 2000s. Like, Jesus, these again, this is better, a lot better. But you see Cassidy, and I'm like, 7 years of this now. Am I the asshole for being bored?
Well, like you say, it is building towards something this weekend because post-match, we get the black and white Toni Storm. She's in the box asking the children of California for their ears. She's made peace with her life choices. And if Marina Shafir, if you knock me out cold in front of my family and former lovers, then you deserve to shave my head. But I'll evolve into the most beautiful bald bastard you've ever seen. But if I beat you, Marina, I'll shave your head so close to your skull they'll put a price tag you and sell you at Spirit Halloween, she says. And as for you, Wheeler Yuta, you're the most annoying little she's ever seen. But you hear Yuta screaming from the stage, and he yells to bring her out. And out comes Marina Shafir with Mina Shirakawa trapped in mother's milk, and Garcia's attacking Cassidy in the ring, so he can't help. And Wheeler Yuta cuts a lock of Mina's hair off as Storm and Luther scramble to try and help them. But Shirakawa's just left in tears on the ramp.
What was this, Freaky Thursday? Because the second that the bell sounded on this match, I liked everything afterwards.
Yeah.
Freaky Thursday.
It was good. Toni Storm was great.
Toni Storm, honestly, man, when she wants to be, she is so funny. This is class.
Proper sales pitch for the match as well. They've done everything they can possibly do to make this one of the biggest things on the card.
And I'm looking forward to previewing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really intriguing match on that card. We see footage following this of Don Callis celebrating with Andrade last week. And he said, I knew you were the guy to take out Kenny Omega. He knows that Andrade is the next AEW World Champion. And Hangman Page says, Callis, you'll find out in Australia, if you get in the families where you get run over. And Andrade thanks Callis for believing in him and says Page is in his way. Page fires back that last week he said he thought it'd be Omega versus him. That's what he wanted. But he's facing Andrade, one of the best in the business, and he'll see him down under. Then Jet Speed said they wouldn't mind some gold as well.
You've already got some, mate. You've already got some.
I was baffled by that as well. They're like, yeah, Hangman Page is...
fully baffed,
Hangman Page is going for singles goals. We want some as well. What?
There's enough to go around.
Yeah.
Come on, there's plenty.
Anything you want to say about this?
God, no.
Yeah, we get it. But also, God, no. Right? There's got to be a different way than having 5 men's division singles titles.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be.
The belt, has he lost a bet or something?
Tony Khan?
Yeah, like if I don't know, Fulham get beat or the Jags or something, you got to add another belt to your show. Oh, all right. Like, you know what I mean? Like a gentleman's bet.
I don't know what he's thinking.
How has he let this happen? Like this belt
He's
thing.
like the United Strand, but like,
yeah,
until Fulham win 5 games in a row.
You've got to add another belt every 3 months. Like, it is a piss take. You cannot have wrestlers holding belts saying, we want to win some gold. Like, you cannot have, it does.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like they just have never treated those titles as if like worthy of celebration or defending or like it's another one.
Like, it would be great for me, but like the Premier League can't have like 17 European places and then relegation.
I mean, you can't have 8 either, but it did last year.
And that felt
a bit
much, but you know, like
maybe it is, in fact, sports oriented.
Yeah. I don't know.
And the whole point is you're meant to emulate it and take the best bits. And
the middle tier is enormous and out of control. And the belts are all on the exact same level.
Well, speaking of belts, we had a 3-way next to determine the number 1 contenders for the AEW tag team titles. It was the Young Bucks back in their pomp. You had the Rascalz, who were, I mean, by the looks of their eyes,
stoned already.
And a mystery team who we speculate.
I set them up to fail.
We speculated on. We talked about obviously, Edge, Adam Copeland and Christian. We talked about Butcher and the Blade. We talked about Chris Jericho. It's about actually Fozzie's on tour. We didn't mention, though, oh my God, is that Private Party? Who were the surprise third entrants.
It wasn't so much, oh my God, is that Private Party? It was more like, oh my God, is that Private Party? Let me get...
Over a year.
That was the pop one.
Yeah.
Didn't get much of no pop.
No.
If you advertise them out of nowhere, is it really any better? I don't know. I don't know what's the... You want to stick them in this match? I don't know the
I
best
think
way
they set
to
them
do
up for fail with this because, I mean, you do the silhouette graphic, the mystery. You went to like... It has to be a good one because the whole point is that the fans are going to then try and guess who it is. And then because they have, wild imagination, some of his, you do.
Sting's chin.
Sting's chin. The Undertaker walking in that shack in the rain, and then there was all the slow down. And
right, okay. Yeah.
His chin's that.
Yeah. Chin watch.
Could be the Undertaker's chin, I think, because it's the Undertaker. You sure it's not Sting?
Set them up for failure. For failure here. I didn't even think they were that good in the match, neither. Nah.
But yeah, nice to see them back. It's been over a year since Zay and Quen have been on AEW TV. Early on in the match, we get the parade of big dives to the floor. Myron Reed hits one. Cassidy hits one, and there's a nice rope walk shooting star from Desmond Xavier.
You look good on the dance floor.
Takes us to a break. We come back.
Gas now.
Yeah.
We come back with the Bucks cleaning house. There's a bulldog running clothesline to Private Party. Stereo top rope elbow and 450 gets a 2 count. We see Hook. There's Crisps watching.
Yeah.
Get all soon to so much.
Jesus Christ, this guy's a living wing. They said on commentary, I think he's the de facto leader of the Ops.
Yeah.
With Samoa Joe being injured, and obviously Hobbs is away.
He's assistant to the regional Ops.
Is the assistant to the regional Ops, and then Excalibur went, looks like he's on a recruitment mission. It's like, are you either he permanently exists under the wings of other wrestlers, and now he is himself a wing.
Yep. And
Russian wings, just under that wing, another wing.
It's crazy.
It's the Ops dojo that need looking after, of course. If is he recruiting for the dojo, is he recruiting for the full Ops? We don't know, do we?
I don't know.
Full Ops? How are we possibly to care?
God, this is when I say, and it's probably not, I'm saying this a lot when the post All in Texas buzz had pretty much subsided. Pre-C2, it was looking like this has been much better year, and his title picture's done a lot for Tony Khan's reputation as a booker. But you see this Hook crap, and you're like, maybe give it to somebody else for 6 months because this is crap.
Everyone gets laid out after a load of super kicks. Reed also hit a big diving cutter over the top. That looked good to take out Private Party on the floor. And in the end, Bucks, more super kicks from them. Melts a driver to Reed, gives the Bucks the win and the #1 contendership. What's making this match?
I thought it was good, not great.
Yeah.
I thought there were flashes of it.
It's a high bar in it when you always say when the Bucks are involved.
Very, very high bar when the Young Bucks are working a match. The crowd were proper into it, as they were for most everything all night, really. A really good audience. Wow, what a great audience. It was just... You could see the gulf in class between the Young Bucks and Private Party, and the Rascalz already feel like they're just kind of there.
Yeah.
Like, Collision's a problem when they get launched on Collision, and then when they come to Dynamite, they're just like immediately perceived as, all right, well, they're here, I guess, let's go.
That could be Ciampa. That's what I mean, in a way. Sack the Rascalz. Like, I don't want to...
It was fine. I thought,
like short-term contract.
it would be like almost like cruel or like unfair to expect Private Party to look amazing. A, because they never really were, and B, because, they're not like backing it properly. This what an odd thing, this. Like, I think the match is very good. A waste of Young Bucks in their home state. because usually they do incredible stuff when they're in California. You set Private Party up to fail by, like, I'm not being funny, I think Cope's as cringeworthy as it gets in pro wrestling, but obviously people like him.
Mm-hmm.
That or they like Alter Bridge, one of the two. I suspect Alter Bridge, but, you know, I'm happy to be corrected. If you're going to make people think, oh, it's probably Cope and Christian, or like a new signee team or whatever, at least and then they didn't even win.
They lost. They actively lost.
Yeah, odd. Very odd.
Nice vibe on the Young Bucks at the moment, I think.
I watched them in the tassels. You know, doing their stuff, and like they're looking great shape as well. Thinking, what left? What is there left for the Young Bucks to do? And they are talking like they're way closer to the end than the beginning. And, you know, you look at AJ and stuff, and maybe they're not lying, some of these wrestlers these days. But I don't know.
I tell a lie, they weren't involved in the finish. It was Myron Reed who got pinned. But yeah, post-match, FTR come out with Stokely, of course, who tried to throw a belt to Wheeler from the floor and just whiffed. That was quite funny. Harwood tells the Bucks they come in peas. So don't know if you have any veg from them. Two of the greatest of all time, tag teams wise.
I really wanted to no sell that. It wasn't good. You've got a way, haven't you?
Yeah. 18 titles.
We're buying your veg from
How do you? What a joke. I mean,
Would you anyway?
Is it a good joke? Because
I mean, Dave's and Don at a hardware shop, so I suppose FTR could stuff fruit and veg.
fruit and veg, a little bit of protein. Because is that a good joke? Because it's absurd. Or have you not thought it through? It's your joke, mate. Is it?
Just came to me in the moment.
Are the peas already cooked, or
Are they mushy?
18 titles between them,
what's
they
in the
say.
mush?
But how does it feel to be sitting in second place? And they go to talking of Daxter. I think how you feel, actually. You know, probably doesn't bother you because at the end of the day, you know, every company FTR have wrestled in, we've been successful. Meanwhile, you know,
I can't remember the 2019 Raw run. Yeah, technically they won a title, but come on.
Meanwhile, you had to be successful, you had to kind of create your own company, didn't you? What do you reckon about that? And he goes to cut off Matt again, but he eats a super kick. So does Wheeler. Stokely tries to wheel himself away, but the Bucks catch him, grab the tag titles, fake a super kick, but for now, at least he's let off.
As I said a few weeks ago, so I'll try and keep it brief. People at this point have seen the combination so often that they're like, yeah, go on, whatever, why not? I can't care that much, but the match will be good. This is probably the time when they're going to finally be in a position to over-deliver.
Pressure's off a bit.
Yeah, so I do like that for this.
Another exciting Will Ospreay video package with rehab and what have you. Will the fans still be in his corner? Yes. When he comes back, he's going to have to answer every single question. And when he returns, he's excited to reclaim the air, I think was the phrase he used.
World title stuff, this. It's proper.
It's proper.
It's proper. This is what you do. He's going to come back massive. Awful example to use because we know how like wanky it was, but like the Triple H Beautiful Day thing is cited for a reason.
Yeah.
And it like was half the reason he got a massive pop, to be honest. Like this is
which lasted 69 days until WrestleMania 18 when he dropped such a Turcarino stinker that he basically had to turn heel.
Yeah.
Good, great epic return, great moment. No, this Ospreay stuff's brilliant.
Feels massive, doesn't it?
It feels massive, and here's that weird thing, right, where whoever he wrestles, presumably at All in London, presumably for the belt, probably MJF, is going to have to, like, it's, you know those things where, at the time, people were thinking, is Ospreay losing too many big matches? Did you not realise you should probably win a title but first and then try and make a Kyle Fletcher and on and on and on and on and on. If anything, he's just given his challenger like ammo to say, you choked here, you choked here, you choked there, you choked there. What makes you think you're going to get it done this time, especially when I can target that surgically repaired neck and da-da-da-da-da. And in the last 5 minutes of the match at Wembley could be unbearable when you think, God, he's lost a decent amount as Ospreay so far already. So,
so much they can do callbacks wise as well with MJF in Wembley again. That's the one I'd hope for. And like,
is that the rain I can hear through the soundproof studio?
possibly.
Oh God, it's pissing me off.
But yeah, I think that's. I mean, if you're gonna, people are talking like 5 months or whatever it is to sell Wembley. There's your guy. Obviously, understandably why they're really hyping this up. By the way, speaking of MJF. A lot of hands up with regards to us yesterday talking about, like, I wonder what MJF's going to say in his response to the whole Brody King thing. And then a lot of people told us, yeah, he did respond on Collision. Yeah.
Well, not a lot of people, otherwise that'd suggest a lot of people watched Collision. Come on. Falsify the information. A couple of people very kindly let us know that.
The promo was excellent, by the way.
Was it?
He was, like, pissed off, as you'd expect. The character has been outwitted or sort of like screwed over, whichever way you want to take it, by Hangman Page. Like, my favorite Simpsons gags is like Homer's so thick that Mo's like, I'm choking on my own rage here. Like, MJF's got such a great delivery in that promo where he's just like, you can barely get the words out. And it's like, basically, Becky Lynch should watch that.
Yeah, we got a highlights of this and the choking out from last week, obviously. And MJF says when MJF's back's against the wall, that's when the devil is his most dangerous. He's going to make King his bitch. Grand Slam Australia.
Great.
Sorry, just looking at my notes here, Sidge. I'm at the one women's match, and it appears to be in the main event of the evening.
Not before time.
Should we do this so we don't end with Ladies' Night? So should we do Ladies' Night now and then
Let's do
the
Ladies'
match?
Night now, because I want to give the match justice.
Yes. So before we get to
Do the match justice.
we'll get to the name of the game, and let's get to the aim of the game, Sid.
The aim of the game is to identify to the hour, minute, and second the first time you hear the first note for the first women's wrestler to come out and compete for the only women's match on Dynamite. The idea being, if we can just nail it to the second, okay, just to the second, we can put in bold, italicize, and underscore the pattern, the conspiracy of what we think is going on over in AEW land. Yeah.
Mm.
Do you want to know a secret?
Yes, please.
Do you want to know a little cynical secret? Yeah. What tends to happen last night, bit of an anomaly, is that in that 1 hour 20, 1 hour 25 minute range, hark, a woman! Because the first hour is wall-to-wall balls. You would think there were no women in this company at all, because it's men's matches. Wall-to-wall balls. And then you're thinking, why, more often than not, probably 90% of the time really at this rate, is it always 1 hour 20 where the ladies appear? Well, I think, and maybe I'm being cynical, that AEW come Warner are thinking, God, you have to have the birds wrestling, because it's 2026 and it's 2019 and it's 2020 and it's 2021 and it's 2022 and it's 2023 and it's 2024 and it's 2025. God, the bloody Wokes. They'll kick off. They'll kick off if there's no women's wrestling on it. Okay, I get it, but here, think about it. All you have to do is, if you put it in a certain slot on that show, the sunk cost fallacy experience will make the blokes, the most important, think, oh, God, yeah, well, I'll put up with this, and it's only 10 minutes till the main event. I've already sank an hour into this. And those blokes are called Jim and Joe. That's the AEW come Warner think of you all as Joe and Jim and Joe. Can't book the show without thinking about Jim or Joe. Okay? And they're sitting there in little Cock, Arkansas, just watching the show, going, something like, oh, check it out. Ooh, I love me a valet. Who's the boyfriend? Who's the boyfriend? Huh? Who's the boyfriend? Oh, God, remember Sonny? Oh, my God. Oh, God, those were the days. Downloaded that girl on the internet in 1996. Oh, my God. My goddamn keyboard was a mess back then, let me tell you. Sticky keys. Well, I put a new meaning on that. Let me tell you now. Okay, I mean, that's disgusting, Jim, for a start. And, you know, these ladies are actually coming out to compete. Well, competing what? My affection? No, they're coming out to compete in a wrestling match because it's a women's division now, Jim. Hey, athletes. I heard it all now. Oh, God, well, that's just the way the world is going these days. Hell in a handbasket. Anyway, should we put something else on then, Joe? Actually, no, I'm looking forward to the match because, you know, this Thekla's really... check it out. Jeff for a bomber, everybody. Anyway, so that's Jim and Joe. I've done the cat. So basically, I've done the mantra. I need to do the jingle now. Sidgwick. Mouthful, can you jingleize it? I sure can. Okay? I sure can jingleize that for you. Okay? When the women come out to play, the main event ain't too far away. That's the aim of the game. The name of the game is what lives in latest night. And I'm thinking, oh, what a night. Oh, yeah, the game.
First of all, that's disgusting.
So,
Do you ever have it when you were like, you did sticky keys by accident?
Oh, nightmare.
And you're like, oh, how do I get rid of this?
Yeah. Can't type no more.
well, thanks as always
God.
to the Panna Blair himself, Adam Blair at Adam Wilton for.
Came up with that on the spot, you know.
It's really good.
It was like when Bob Dylan wrote It's All Right, Martin, I'm bleeding.
And especially this week to the wonderful, as Sid mentioned earlier, Jose Palomares at the Ho 11, who was at this show. They guys who always take care of the data. Thanks. Sid, you want to take us through our guesses in Ascending?
Ascending?
Dad, literally will never know. Michael Sidgwick, 1 hour, 20 minutes, 25 seconds. Adam Wilbourn.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Michael Hamflett, 1 hour, 40 minutes, 10 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Very accurately proclaiming this to be the main event of the evening.
And I don't think we've ever been more accurate with our timings because Jose at the Ho 11 on X, as I said, has literally sent us a video of him filming his stopwatch and filming Thekla's music hitting.
Yeah, that's class.
1 hour, 58:19. Another win for Dr. Fed.
Oh.
Takes him for 2 for the year. Sige on 1, me on 3. You're rolling now, though.
Yeah.
Hang on, what's the scores again?
1, 2, 3.
Right.
But I love that. I love the video. Thank you for that.
That's class.
That is class.
Looks like he had a great time.
I was going to say, he had a fantastic night.
Met Aubrey Edwards, didn't he? Took a photo with her.
Right.
Good for you. Yeah, so, right, let's get to the main event of the evening. AEW Women's World Title, a strap match. I'm sure Jim would have had something to say about that, between Kris Statlander and Thekla. It's always a weird start to a strap match, isn't it? Because there's a bit where they're like, okay, and then they just sort of pull on each other a bit before it gets incredibly violent. Statlander drops Thekla with a clothesline, knocks her to the floor, but Thekla fires back by whipping her in the face with a strap.
Yeah! Hoorah! Hoorah!
Statlander hit a big boot, but Thekla pulled her into the steps and then flipped her off. And
2 seconds, I should have pressed.
Statlander's busted open as we go to a break.
Oh my God.
And there's about 10 other
Oh my God.
that I should have pressed throughout the show.
Thekla, when we come back, I think, hits a head scissors in the ropes, but poses, and that allows Statlander to choke her with the strap. Thekla goes for the eyes, though, and pulls Stat throat first against the top rope. She also boots Stat in the face, goes up top and hits a crossbody for 2. Statlander fights back. She goes up top, but eats a shot from the strap. They're fighting up there, but Thekla catches her with the spider superplex. Again, Thekla, though, poses, and this allows Statlander to recover and whip Thekla. Statlander wanted a tombstone, but Thekla escaped. But Statlander hit her with a discus lariat for 2. Continued whipping with the strap from Stat until a blue thunderbomb connected for a near fall. Stat actually started whipping herself to wake herself up at one point, but Thekla countered another blue thunder and wrapped the strap around Statlander's throat. She missed a curb stomp, though. She got whipped again. Thekla's getting tied up in the strap, and Stat hits a tombstone until the Sisters of Sin run down. Sky Blue runs down and distracts the ref. Julia Hart missed a spear and ate a shot with a strap. I like the fact that Excalibur took the time to mention that, by the way, Babes of the Wrath aren't here because they're already in Australia promoting the show. Blue gets knocked off the apron, but Stat turns around. Spear from Thekla. Stat gets wrapped up in the strap, and Thekla curb stomp. 1, 2, 3. New AEW Women's World Champion. Post-match, the Triangle of Madness put the boots to Kris Statlander until Hayter and Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor, who are called the
Brawling Birds.
Yes, they run down with a hammer and a pipe, I think. And Thekla and Hart and Blue bail, but Thekla bails, celebrating her new world title.
Right move for me, booking-wise. There are so many baby faces in this wholesome, obsessed women's division right now, so it is the right move to strap up the top heel who's not yet been stigmatized as someone who just wins some, loses some, because she's not been in AEW that long and she's been pretty dominant in her. So I think it's perfect time, really good potential champion here, and given how many babyface challenges there are, this could probably go for a long time if it all shakes out. She's class Thekla. This match was really, really, really good. Like, I've got 2 complaints about it. One, finish was a little bit cheap, but I guess that's why the stable exists. But because it's a company that's been fundamentally obsessed with stables for 7 years, its entire existence, that it doesn't have the same effect, really, but whatever. The actual wrapping Statlander up and then stomping her brains out bit was like, oh, she can't get up from that. Mm-hmm. Really strong, really good. So I was kind of mixed on the finish, but they really did get there in the end. The only complaint I have about this match is in this sort of more like acting heavy, get your poses out, aura form. I'm sorry, but stylistic wrestling era that we're in now. That goes on so often that I thought it clashed a little bit with the whole purpose of a strap match. And if you're doing like your upside down spider stuff, obviously I'll just yank.
Yeah.
I think Thekla at times, and it's just as well she was so great throughout with her facials and how much like pain she was inflicting with the strap and how much she was putting behind it. I was just really physically committed. Like, I don't think I cared that much, but when you're basically like taunt spamming and the like that much to the point where you're not actually coming across as a cool person who's controlling the mood in the crowd, you're kind of just making a series of stupid mistakes and you're getting punished for them, So that wound us up a little bit, but this was so intense and committed and really quite dramatic by the finish that I didn't really care that much. Like, they got the most important parts right.
Stat was covered in blood as well.
Like, visually, this was so great. I think it'll leave an indelible impression. It's just one of those, like, this is what I asked for when I'm watching the Blackpool Combat Club masquerading as a Death Riders trios match. Like, there's so much that could be as good as this.
Yeah, this is bang ace. I thought this was fantastic. I'm really, really pleased they've gone through with Thekla winning the title. I don't know if this was always the plan.
Going out for Travis.
Yeah.
Sorry, Trav.
Well, a lot of Kris Statlander fans, because I think she was a bit let down by the booking.
Oh, she was.
And I think she herself would admit that maybe she didn't like grow into the role. Sometimes champions start and then figure it out as they go along, and I'm always in favor of just like doing it anyway. Like, strap somebody up and see if it works. You don't need to have 100% faith going in. You can hope for the best sometimes with some wrestlers. It's nice that her run's gone out on a high like this, because Sidge is right. It'll be remembered fondly because of how it ended, more so than like the months where it was a little bit drab, or like even the good, in inverted commas, matches on pay-per-views.
It's dodgy.
Yeah. Like, this will be, I think, this Thekla rivalry in particular, because the TV match was, like, the regular TV match was really good, I thought, as well. And I really don't know if this was a pivot or this was always the plan to take it off and they were just going to give you a more heated bloodier kind of, atmospheric way to end it in a main event as well on Dynamite, rather than just like in the usual women's slot on the show, because it has elevated everybody's status, even Statlanders, even in defeat. I don't know if you ever make a champion again. I don't know if she's just been a fixture of AEW for too long, that it doesn't matter if you turn a heel or babyface. People are just like drawn to her as this cornerstone rather than a champion. They're a different, like, we take the piss out of him, but there was a lot of reasons why for the longest time The Undertaker wasn't considered a champion. He existed for something else, and for Kris Statlander, there's no shame in serving that purpose. I was totally with Sidge, the amount of baby faces. I was thinking about a babyface turn Mercedes Moné fighting Thekla for this title and finally winning it, like down the line as well.
The right way as well, at last.
Yeah, that would be class, And that's not Stat's fault that she doesn't really fit into that, is it? It's just like worth a go, didn't necessarily work.
Does my microphone always do this?
Not the old bounce.
I have to pay attention.
Can absolutely still serve a purpose. But I'm really excited to see Thekla as a champion. Like, I think she's going to have some fun with it. I thought
she will.
I loved her. Like,
are you concerned that the women's division now is going to get toxic?
To the core!
Yes. I like the dicking around a lot. I was.
It's a bit of you.
Yeah,
it's a bit of you. I worry that the skits and segments might get a little bit too cringing out there and wacky, but at the same time, maybe she'll do more spitting. That could be a thing.
Yeah, could see that. Happy for Thekla though. Yeah. Right call. I agree. And yeah, hell of a build for Grand Slam Australia. As you mentioned, you two will be previewing that later on today, and of course we'll be reviewing it live, all going well, on YouTube on Monday. But for now, that's been the Dynamite review. Let us know your thoughts on everything we've discussed, either in the comment section or on X at WhatCulture WWE, where you can follow all four of us, sort of. You can follow Michael Hamflett at
hamflett@gmail.com, or I'm on Cameo as well.
Follow Michael Sidgwick at
M. Sidgwick.
Follow me. Sorry, follow our brilliant producer Adam Nicholas at...
It's Adam Nicholas.
Follow me at Adam Wilbourn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. Make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling wherever you get your podcasts from for daily wrestling podcasts. But for now, it's been the Dynamite review. My thanks to Hamflett, Sidgwick, to Nicholas. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.